out what chords go with their melodies? Yeah. Now, I picked a lot of ear players' brains over the years because I always wanted to know what they were thinking. Because it blew me away that I had to work so hard reading music and they could just sit down like Greg and just pick it out. So the best, most of them could never tell me. They said, well, I don't even remember what I played, let alone explain it to you. And that's the general answer. But one ear player that I met through the years was really good at explaining what he did. He says, I always find my chords under the melody. There's only three basic positions that a chord will take under a melody note. So he says, usually I can hear when the chord change needs to happen. So, and it's usually the first note of a measure. So I just take the note, let's say it's C, for example. All right, and I have three possible choices. And I don't even really care what they're called. Ear players don't know what the names of their chords they're playing are, and they don't care. They just want to know if it sounds good. All right, so they just do this. Put your little finger on a C, and the first choice that I'm going to do is called a skip one, skip one. So they just go C, skip one, and there's a chord. Now, for us people who need to know what that's called, because of what you just learned, that's an equally spaced chord, right? So what's the name of that chord? F. All right? So if that doesn't sound good, I just take the bottom note and drop it down one. All right? Now, by doing that, now where's the biggest space? Here. What's the name of the chord? A. Now, in this case, it's an A minor. All right? Now, if that doesn't sound good, I take the middle note and I move it down one. Now, where's the biggest space? At the top. What's the name of that chord?
C.
C. So I have, now he says, one of those three is always going to work. And I thought, that's too easy. That can't be correct. But when you start using, if you know anything about music theory, C, F, and G are the three major chords in the key of C, right? All right, and A minor is the relative minor for the key of C. So these are the three most common chords you'll find that will be played with a C note. And you can do that with every single note. All right, if you start with the G, look. G, skip one. What chord is that? Let's do this. This is a C note up here. So let's make the melody note a G. G, skip one. That's a C chord. G, skip one, drop the bottom note down one. What chord is this? E minor. All right? G, E minor. If that doesn't sound good, take the middle note and drop it down one. What chord is that? G. Look. In the scheme of things, C chord and an F chord is a fourth, right? 1 and 4. G and C is 1 and 4 also. G, C, 4 notes apart. Relative minor for C chord is A minor. Relative minor for G chord is E minor. Okay? These match. C chord, G chord, G chord. It's that way with every single note if you use this method. Now, I'll tell you something. I'd give anything if somebody would have taught me that a long time ago.
That's the first time I've ever heard it.
It's amazing.
I've been playing for how many years?
Hundreds. No. Listen, it's so easy. When you play a song, let's say I'm just playing When the Saints Go Marching In. And I don't know what chord to use. So I'm just going to go skip one. Sounds good to me. If it didn't sound good, I go skip 1, skip 2. Skip 2, skip 1. The first one was the best one, right? Okay, so let's take a song like this. chords go with that song. But if I didn't, listen, I just sit with my right hand and I go. Now, ear players are smart. They know that if they hit it wrong, it's just a chord that will lead to the right one. And it won't ever sound bad. Listen. Skip one, skip one. That doesn't sound good, does it? But if I do what I told you up there and just drop the bottom note one, now if I had to go another one further, one further didn't sound so great. But watch how cool I can make it. The screw-ups sound amazing. If you just don't blow your lid and just go, ah. I better go up here. They just crawl around, but most of them have figured out some kind of structure, something that works. That one is the most common. And the notes that are wrong, when you hit them and you go, usually the very next move you make will fix it. Isn't that cool? Yes. Now, that's with the right hand. Most ear players find their chords from the right hand. And then they match them with the left hand. Okay? Yeah. Isn't that cool? So, good exercise for you. Just pick out a melody. Just pick out a song that's, You Are My Sunshine. Okay, so I want to figure out the chords. That's it. Now listen to that. The first one didn't sound good. Second one didn't sound good. The third one did. But the journey sounded pretty good. The ones that I went actually were kind of cool. So you go. When you're searching. See?
Is that a sixth?
Yes, but I don't care. And there was a major seventh in there, and there was all kinds of numbered chords in there. But ask an ear player, and they'll go, I don't know, and I don't care. They just play and they hear it. See, people who read notes don't listen. They don't. They just play them because they know they're right. Ear players listen, so they don't have to have a brain. No. You take that. No, that's okay. Ear players use their ears and they don't have to think about, did I do it right? It's freedom. It is. You know what? When you're a musician and you learn to read notes, you're like locked in this little box. And you're so jammed in there and so worried about playing everything so perfect and everything so right that you never step out of the box and you always sound like a little robot. As soon as you get some guts and you're able to step out of that box and go, you know what? I think I could move just about anywhere and it's going to sound fine.